Everyone knows that life is a roller coaster, and it feels so good when you're going up. But how do you feel when you come back down? That's typically not the best feeling in the world. But this is something that I actually heard from Bashar that has changed my perspective on it entirely. And that is, when you're on this roller coaster of life, it's not an even up and down every single time. Really what it is you start at a low frequency, you do work, you're going up, you're feeling good, and then you start to come down, but you don't come all the way down. You're still higher than you were before. It just feels like you're sinking down really low because you're grounding and you're starting to implement those new frequencies into your life and just get used to them. And then when you go back up and come back down, again, you're not as low as you were there. You're still higher than what you were. It's just your body starting to get used to it. So when I heard that and I started viewing that, I'm like, wow, like that is actually really accurate. And welcome to the Radiant Sun. My name is Kendra and I am a spiritual life coach, and I help my clients get through the blocks in their lives to get to their ultimate success. And right now I'm going to talk to you about how a couple weeks ago I was feeling pretty good. I was kind of living on the high of being in New York. Came back home, I was still feeling that rush, the adrenaline, fighting the fears and just the feeling it fills you up with. You're just ready to take on anything after that. So I'm just powering through life. I'm feeling great. I'm doing good. And I'm planning this birthday party for my son. It's going great. And then somebody comes along and brings me down. It's like one of those people that it's almost as if they wait until you're at your highest to come along and knock you down. It's like they know. And they bring you right down to their level. They make you feel so crappy. And you start taking on their energies and agreeing with them. You're like, you know what, maybe you're right. Like, maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was. And you start believing their truth. And their truth is not your reality. That's their opinions, and their opinions are none of your business. So I took all that on. I'm beating myself down, and I didn't even really do anything about it. I kind of laughed it off in the moment. I vented about it with a close friend, and then I kind of took the night just to be by myself. I got the kids to bed. I watched an old show. I never really watched TV, so just allowing myself to be in the maximum comfort zone and just relax, process everything, sleep on it, get up, and where I went to bed kind of hurt over everything, I woke up angry. I woke up very, very angry, which just brought me feeling like I was going so much lower. Like I was definitely on the downward spiral of everything, and I felt really bad, like all around bad. And I realized, I have so much anger because I haven't actually processed these feelings. I sat with them, I slept with them, and I've been doing my best to accept the moment for what it is. It happened, it's done with. I can't control how other people feel, but now I'm not controlling how I'm feeling. I'm basically giving them all of my power. They have full control over how they just made me feel. And I didn't recognize that right away. So the next day I'm feeling all this anger. I'm like, this isn't right either. This is slightly better, I guess, because I feel as though I'm in my power, just defending myself over it, but it's still not. You're still reacting to the situation and giving your power away. So even with doing that, I was still feeling crappy. And it was just one thing after another, because that's what I was focusing on. I was just focusing on the crappy, crummy feeling, and then everything felt like or seemed like it was just falling apart for me. Everything. I have a bunch of classes that I'm in right now for like just spiritual development, growth, processing. There's so many great tools out there, and I love learning more about it. There's never enough that you can learn about this stuff. It's endless, and I love it. So I'm in all of these programs, and then one pops up, and I'm like, man, that's really adding a lot, because like they're not free, and like that's really adding like a lot onto what I'm doing, but it's so much that I can't even put my focus on it at all. It's like I'm paying for it, and it's just kind of sitting there, and I'm holding on to it because I know it's good information. I know I can make good use of it, but I'm not. I'm not right now. I'm just putting all of this stuff on myself, putting all the pressure on myself to be somebody, to be successful. And you're not going to be successful with all of the added pressure. Like, why? Why am I putting so much pressure on myself? It's all rooted to all childhood development. Why have you ever put pressure on yourself? And working through that and just seeing the real reasoning behind what you're doing. So instead of letting go of a class, like, first thought was, man, this sucks. Like, again, downward spiral. Like, I really love this class, I love the people in the class, and here I am letting it go. Like, what does this mean? Like, I feel like I'm losing a lot. And a lot of times, it's not until we're actually, like, verbally speaking about it and kind of rambling just our thoughts out there just for us to hear. It's like kind of bringing the subconscious to life, just letting the words flow as they come. And I realized that losing the course, that doesn't even matter. That's not gonna make it or break it for what I'm trying to do in my life. That carries no weight at all. The only thing that's making me upset is because it's something that I lack. It's something I don't have any longer. But it's not about having enough resources and clutching onto them. It's about the resourcefulness that you have. Like, I have the resourcefulness to go to the other few classes that I have and make the most of that. I have the resources to reach out to the amazing people I have met in my journey for any assistance I may need. When it came down to not having something, I'm like, oh my god, this is horrible, and then like getting emotional and but really, it's kind of a blessing. Like, I got the course and met amazing people through that course. I've gotten amazing opportunities through that course. And now I've already gotten what I need from it, and it's time to move on. It's just time. Some things, they play a huge factor in your life, maybe for a long period of time, maybe for a day, maybe for a week, a couple months. Everything is temporary. And when it's time to move along from it, don't try to control the situation. Just let go. Just trust that you are already doing great without it. You don't need to have something extra to reaffirm your belief that without it, you're nothing. Like, you can do anything you want with what you already have. And giving your power away to stuff like that, when it's not there anymore, it's going to feel horrible. Take your power back. Stand firm in your power, knowing that no matter what happens, it is all for a reason. You are still growing, even if, oh, I don't have this class now, how am I going to grow? You are growing. You are growing without the class. Or just as an example, it could be something else. But regardless of what you have, knowledge is growth. You could grab a book and learn. You don't need to spend, I don't even know how much, on a course to learn and grow and thrive and just be 100% you. I know I've used a couple different examples in this video. I've talked about just people taking your power, materialistic things taking your power. Everything that you come into contact with in your life is there to teach you a lesson so you can learn from it and grow. Nothing is put in front of you so you can grab it and hold on to it forever and ever. It's just not. Take what you need and let go. Trust that you have what you need, and what you lack, the universe will assist you in. Just have that faith. So once you get through one thing in life, like I got through the judgment of others, there's going to be something, like not having the course I wanted. But don't put all of your focus on it, because you're literally giving all of your energy to it, all of your power to it. Instead, shift your mindset and see why it has been presented to you. What are you supposed to take from this, really? It's not it itself. It's not what it did to you. It's what it's doing for you. What did the judgment from those people do for me? It showed me who to trust, showed me who was in my circle. I learned that when somebody hurts you, it's going to hurt whether or not you believe them. So don't choose to believe them. Because I knew that everything that these people were projecting onto me, I knew it was their circus, their monkeys, and it had nothing to do with me, really. It's all stuff that they need to work through and they need to process. And where, yes, it was hurtful, I didn't believe them. I know my truth. Their opinions are not my reality. Stand firm in that. And what did losing the course give me? What did it bring into my life? What did it show me? What did it teach me? It taught me not to put so much pressure on myself. It taught me that it's not about having so many resources. It's all about using your resourcefulness. You don't need everything that just sounds good and sounds like it will help. Because it's still going to be there. Like, it's still a thing. It's still, like, next year, if I want to do it, it's still there. There's nothing that says I need to do everything right now at this very moment. There's nothing. That's just overwhelming to myself. It's draining. It's not fun. So avoid the extra stress. Avoid putting pressure onto yourself. Stay in your power. Trust in who you are. Trust in what you're capable of. You already hold all of the answers you seek. Stop letting the ego run the show. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you gained some excellent insights, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace out.